Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast. Today, I have Jesper. I said he could come. I invited him. And then, of course, Jamie. She is a Grand Rapids driver. And, of course, this is the B-side. So this is where we interview a gig worker or gig creator. And today is a gig worker. And, Jamie, appreciate you coming on because Jesper screwed the pooch. And he's somehow wants to watch his kid graduate. I don't know who wants to sit in a graduation when it's 92 degrees out, but hey, I mean,
hey, I'm pretty proud of the kid, so I got to be there to show my support.
Absolutely. I hope my daughter, when she does go to college, if she does, she says she was, that does not want to walk in a college graduation because I heard those are horrible, like 5-6 hours.
This is only high school, so hopefully, well, we'll have to drive. We'll see 4 more years for the college one. So,
yeah, exactly. So, Jamie, you obviously, well, no, not obviously, you live in Grand Rapids. Tell us a little bit who you are, you work in Grand Rapids, and then how you got started. Let's do that. Tell us who you are, what you do, and how you got started in gig work.
I actually have been doing gig work for 5 years, I think it is. And I started with Uber and Lyft, like a lot of people do, just because I wanted something to do and extra cash. And back then, the money was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
It's changed quite a bit. And then when Amazon Flex came, I tried to get in on the first group and I did not. I was not able to get in until the second wave of people were let in. And the money for that initially was fantastic as well. And now you have to hunt for the good money, but it can be there. Yeah.
Okay. And so have you before we started recording, I brought up food delivery and you're like, ooh, like that. Have you not dabbled in any kind of food at all?
Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. And my very first delivery, the pizza place, there was some kind of white, creamy, sugary sauce and they packed it really bad. And it ended up all over my front cloth seat. Ooh. And I'm like, oh, this just is really bad. So I have tried it a few times since then, and now I don't want the greasy food in my car.
I don't blame you on that. I've never had that happen, knock on wood. During the pandemic, didn't do any food? You just strictly did Amazon?
No, by the pandemic, I was already down to doing straight flex.
Okay.
I will do Uber or Lyft once in a blue moon if they have a great promotion, but I haven't seen one of those until a couple weeks ago. Lyft gave me a fantastic promotion, but when I actually do the amount of math of what I make doing Flex versus what I would make doing Lyft, the Flex actually comes out ahead. And Lyft,
we talked about your.
Yeah,
I pulled your picture from Facebook and I talked about it on the show. I can't believe you wouldn't do that. It's only 120 rides. You could do that in 2 weekends.
Yeah, the problem is though you are stuck basically with doing X rides, the cheap ones.
Yep.
And when I actually look at my past Lyft history as to how many rides I average per hour, my Flex comes out more profitable.
Not with gas though.
Well, my gas is a wash either way because I drive a hybrid. So my gas is a non-issue. And a lot of these 3-hour Flex runs only take you 2 hours.
Yeah. When I get those kind of bonuses, I've never gotten one that big, but I sit downtown and I deny all long rides. Like I have Gary's apps that run in the background and I set up.
Yeah, you want the shorties.
And I just bang them out. Boom,
yep.
Boom, boom. Don't care what they are. I don't even, decline multi-trips or like multi-stops or whatever. But I'm surprised you didn't take that. God, can you transfer it to me? Because I would do that.
I know. I have to admit, it is bugging me in the back of my brain because I had till the 10th of May to complete it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you had plenty of time. So that's not that.
You can still do it. Just take this weekend and next weekend. You'll be done.
You'll be done.
It is in the back of my brain. It is, honestly. It's tugging at me.
Remember, you're gonna make money on this. You're gonna make money on 120 rides as well. So you'll probably make, in addition, it'll probably be a $1,700 total.
Well, sadly, probably not because I don't get the larger XL type rides. So, and unfortunately, comfort is far and few between on Lyft. So I don't know. I might take a day and go out and see how much I can accomplish and then decide if I'm going to blow it off or not.
It's also during the slow time right now, right? So it's like,
Yep,
yeah,
it
that's
is.
true.
I mean, I probably, what do we get, about 30 rides, Jesper? Usually 30, 35 rides in 12 hours?
Well, but that's busy season. I don't know if you can do that now.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
I would say on Lyft.
I've done in busy, I've done 40 rides in 12 hours. That's been my most.
Yeah.
But you got to be back to back.
Yeah, and
you
Lyft
can't take those half-an-hour breaks that you take.
Hey, screw me. I guess.
Yeah, screw you.
I meant screw you. I mean, anyway. So obviously your primary gig is flex, and then full or part-time?
I would call it full-time. Flex caps how many hours you can do.
Yeah.
It's 40 hours in the last 7 days, or 8 hours a day. So you are capped on what you can do. But I do have a day job as well. I have an online internet store.
Okay.
So I do a flex run, do my store, do a flex run, crash, rinse, repeat, do it the next day.
Man. Have you done any of the retail flex jobs?
No, I've only seen a couple of them pop up, and they've popped up when I've not been available to do it. Now I see that Whole Foods is finally listed on there, which I didn't think we were going to get the deliveries here because not many Whole Foods actually do it, but it's in there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Do we have an open Whole Foods in Grand Rapids again?
Yeah, it's been open for almost a year.
Oh, yeah, it's over on 28th Street by Woodland Mall.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
So those are showing up too. I went to look at my app the other day and I didn't know if I had to filter those on. I didn't see them right away.
Well, they're all on. I just have not seen any offers come through.
Okay. Yeah, I've been waiting on that because I've heard people can make decent money on those because it's like it'll give you a rate of like 18 an hour plus tips or something, or like whatever the base rate is, like let's say $60 plus tips if it's a 3-hour route. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So you've been doing flex for a long time. How has your hybrid held up? I know you have you had the car that I wanted to get, but I've decided I ordered an EV. I ordered a Chevy Bolt UV. So I'm going completely electric. I'm not doing even hybrid anymore. So I'm just curious how your car's held up.
It's holding up great. The worst thing is doing these dirt roads on the flex routes eat your tires.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm due to get tires again, and I've only got 30,000 miles on my tires. So they're going to owe me a big credit. Yeah. Okay. And I get Michelin's, but the dirt roads are just horrible.
Yeah. I always hated the dirt roads when it was wet, like thaw season, which you really didn't have this year because we had the big snow and then it melted, a big snow and melted. So, but man, that springtime when it's really wet and those huge holes. Oh my gosh.
Yep. It's not nice. And you have to go through the car wash a million times a week.
Oh yeah. I still have dirt in my, so the door frame on the bottom, even doesn't matter what kind of wash you get, it does not get it out.
It doesn't get it.
Yeah. You almost have to take a power washer and spray it down. So,
so you mentioned real quick, you mentioned they owe you a big credit. What does that mean? Do you buy minimum amount of miles on your tire, or how does that work?
Well, my tires were, if you get the level up tires, like Michigan has a standard, but then they have the regular Michelin tires.
Yep.
They were guaranteed for 55,000 miles.
Oh.
So they obviously are not going to make it. I'm going to be way short, and they will give you credit for the tread amount you should have gotten.
Nice.
So they will give you a credit. Yeah, it's worth spending a little bit more for the little bit more better tire because that warranty actually comes from Michelin itself.
Okay.
And I'm sure you tell Michelin that you're doing gig work with it too, right?
No, I don't have to deal with it. I just go to discount.
Yeah.
Discount is awesome. Yeah.
The amount of flat tires they have fixed for me because the amount of nails we pick up out doing this work. Yeah.
So what average gas mileage are you getting in that hybrid?
I don't drive like an old lady, so I only average about 38 miles a gallon. So
Okay.
That's still great.
I know. It should be better though.
I mean, I'm getting 15 in my car, so I mean, I'll take that at any day. 38. Holy cow.
Yeah,
Yep.
I get about 19 to 21. I get on mine. Yeah.
That's painful. Now, if you're doing XL rates though, then you can justify that.
Oh yeah. Now I haven't done anything in a couple weeks because I'm still waiting for my stupid background check to come through.
Oh yeah, that's
Those are going
right.
slow. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people complaining about that.
I'm going on week 3 right now.
That's
And
crazy.
chances are Checker probably is done with it.
No,
Was one-
they estimated it won't be done until the 8th.
Really? Because I know a lot of people don't realize they can log into Checker and figure
Yep.
out, find the status.
Yeah, the last time I checked, they estimated done the 8th.
Ugh.
And I could go out on Lyft, but I'm bushy like that.
I told you, you look what happened to Jamie. Go wet their whistle, then don't do Lyft for 6 months, and then you're gonna get $1,000 bonus.
I really think that's what triggered it because I have not done them since last summer. But then a couple months, well, I don't remember when, I uploaded my new insurance. And a few days later is when that bonus showed up. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
they think I'm still interested, even though I'm not. But
But you played it smart though, because you never know what's gonna happen. Like you could get deactivated from Flex tomorrow and be like, oh shit, what am I gonna do?
Yep, exactly.
Awesome.
So,
So best and worst story. I know you probably have some positive things that happen on Flex, and I'm sure you've had some terrible things that have had. Anything come to mind when I bring that up?
Yeah. Dogs are always a big issue. Literally, I had a house where their front door was, screen door was open, so you knew the people were home, and they had a really long driveway, and I had quite a walk to get to the house, and there was no dog alert warning on the app, which they have now. And I got all the way to the porch, and all of a sudden around the house came a dog, and it scared the living crap out of me because he was ready to go.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I don't even know what made me think of it. I shoved the package because it was an envelope in his face, and he grabbed it. And so I was able to get back to my car while he was literally shredding that package. And I called customer support, and I'm like, you need to send a replacement package to this house because whatever was in that bag is toast. I mean, that's scary.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten bitten by a dog?
Yes, as a child I did.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I actually had surgery done on my face.
Oh, dang. So you're definitely not a dog person then.
Actually, I am. I've usually owned dogs. And that particular dog that bit me, I think it was a case of it was startled. I was a child, and I was around that dog all the time. It was my neighbor's dog, and we were playing on the floor, and I just happened to turn my face, and it scared him, and he bit me right in the face.
Yeah.
That was not cool.
But not as a gig worker though.
No.
Okay. So we've been getting notices more often now with Flex where it says they will text you beforehand and say, please make sure any dogs are put away.
Oh,
So
really?
As a delivery person, we get those quite often when before the Amazon driver gets here, there'll be a text coming saying, please make sure we can get to the front door and the dogs are put away and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they say something to the effect of please make sure lights are on if it's dark out too, or something to that effect. Yeah, they do. And as drivers now, we also have a notice in there that there are dogs at that location.
Well, that's nice.
Jesper, do you think that's AI just triggering that, or you think the driver's sending a text?
No,
I think it's AI.
Yeah.
I think it's AI, yeah. But it's interesting too. So can you then Jamie, can you then report if there's a dog if the notice didn't come up?
Yes. Yeah, you can just message support and say there's a dog here.
Okay. So then they'll mark it for next time. That's nice.
Yeah. Because there's been many times where the dog has gotten to my car before I've gotten out of my car. And I will text the customer saying, your package is in your driveway. I put it out my window because I couldn't get out of my car.
Yep. No, I get that.
How do you combat the geofence when you're just chucking it out the car window right there?
A lot of times you're still close enough to the house.
Yeah.
But if you're not, you just call customer support and you ask them to open the geofence. That's been one of the big hurdles with the night deliveries is for a long time, there was no customer support in the middle of the night.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So there was nobody to call for anything. And now they do have it, but it's still part of the route is still no customer support. And then I think it's like 4 or 5 that they become available. So it still causes problems.
So earlier when we talked, Jamie, a little bit, you mentioned to me that you still hadn't seen anybody with a gun, luckily, but you had seen somebody else. There was another particular person you brought up. Would you talk about that one?
My very first time out doing a night route, pitch dark, out in Ada. I mean, there's no lights anywhere, so it is super dark. Pull up in the driveway, and immediately I can start hearing the dogs barking.
Okay.
So I thought, we're going to wake people up. So by the time I get close to the door, the lights go on, and a guy was booking out to the door, and he was in his underwear. And he saw me, saw my vest, boom, and he was gone.
He was probably out there taking a leak or something.
He was just, you could see right through his front door because it was all glass. And he was inside and he turned his lights on. And it's like,
So he was inside. Okay, got
it. He definitely got woke up in the middle of the night.
Do you wear any headlamps at all or anything like that?
I have a hand carry flashlight. Yeah, you have to because it's so blooming dark.
Yeah. A lot of the lights, like mine are on all night, but some people's lights they shut off at like midnight. You know what I mean? And so then you're walking, stumbling up there. So, man.
Oh, and a lot of people have motion sensors as well.
Yeah. Oh, you're so I'm glad that you're doing the early morning because it's giving me more confidence because I saw those times. I'm like, God, I'd be scared shitless. Not like I'm scared of things, but like I'm scared of waking somebody up. I can't imagine if I was taking a leak and walking past the living room and I saw somebody walking up, I'd be shit. Like, get ready.
There have been people outdoors when I've been delivering that early. It's a shocker because you don't see them because it's dark and they'll say, hey, what you doing? It's like Amazon.
Yeah.
It is crazy that they're out that early though. So
they should send the AI text that you get, Jesper, be like, hey, just to let you know, your package is on delivery from because sometimes they'll say, I'll get notifications that say, your delivery is going to be made between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m.
Yeah.
And then it sends a text like they're 10 stops away, like they give you and all that stuff. So man, they should tell you.
They should do that in the morning too. Like, hey, good morning.
Put some clothes on. Here comes Jamie.
Here's Jamie.
Surprise.
So, if there was a new listener listening to this that wanted to do flex, what is some of the tips that you would give them as far as positive things or things that maybe you should avoid?
Well, immediately, if I know they're new, and I just did this yesterday, there was a guy behind me. I heard him say that it was his first route. So after he was done talking to the staff there, I told him, join the Grand Rapids Amazon Flex Room because you can get questions answered that the people there just don't know.
Yeah.
Do not take minimum. I mean, you can take a $63 route and do 120 miles. That's just, the math doesn't work on that at all. The prices do go up, but a lot of these new drivers don't know it.
Yeah.
So that's very tough. There's really, most of it is fly by the seat of your pants, trying to figure it out.
What about package ordering? Do you have a specific sequence that you do? Do you use a marker to mark numbers, or do you just kind of...
Actually, both warehouses are fantastic on putting properly numbered stickers on the packages now. It used to be that a lot of times they didn't even put stickers on them with numbers, but they are numbered correctly now. So I actually got a trunk organizer. It's an accordion thing that I put my envelopes in order that sits on the front seat next to me so they don't fall on the floor. And then I just put 1 through 10 behind me, the teens behind the other spot, and then whatever numbers are above that behind that. With these 3-hour routes, you don't get that many packages anymore. 30 is typically the most. It's pretty untypical to get into the 40s you can if you've got a really tight Grand Rapids route, but it's not the most common.
You find you get 30 and 10 of them are boxes and 20 are envelopes probably, right?
It can be all different.
Yeah.
It can be any mix. There are times that I'll have 2 boxes and then all the rest are envelopes.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Okay.
And sometimes you're lucky and you get a freebie still.
Yeah, once in a blue moon. I don't I mean, I do organize, but I don't have a divider. I just stack everything up. Like I do 1 through 10 goes on my, like if they're envelopes, right? 1
Yeah.
through 10 goes on my seat, 10 through 20 goes on the floorboard, and 20 through 30 goes in the back in my back area. And then once I get through it, I just cycle them up.
Yeah. Sometimes though, you don't want to do the route in the order that they give it to you in. Sometimes
I hear people doing that. That stresses me out because it's like, unless it's completely obvious that it's completely messed up, I'd be worried because you can do it out of order, but it doesn't like load it. You got to go back each time, right? And tap it. You can't reorder it yourself.
No, correct. Yeah, you have to go in and look. But sometimes it's very advantageous to reorder it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they will have, like if your routes are on both sides of the expressway, a lot of times they'll have you zigzagging back and forth from side to side to side going down. Well, that's silly because we're coming from the south. So it's easier just to go up one side and then down.
Yeah.
Come back. I mean, it cuts your route time way down. But yes, and the risk of missing a package and having to drive back up, you have to be very careful.
Yeah, especially when you're up in Grant, you know, or Twin Lakes.
Twin Lakes is awful.
Well, I don't mind it, but I lose cell service up there sometimes. And like, I mean, I got Verizon. It's like, geez, if I can't get cell service up there, what are they using, the cans and a string to talk? I mean, there've been times I've had to go up a hill, get the thing to load, and then go deliver it, and then hope it has got its shit figured out or something.
So you kind of hinted a little bit at it already, but what are two things for new drivers to avoid? I mean, you hinted at don't take rides to routes too cheap. But what are two things otherwise than that?
The don't do's. There isn't a huge amount of them.
Okay.
The money rules what you do. It really does.
Especially with the weather, that really rules for me. Like if it's a snowstorm, they're like, yeah, we're going to make bank.
Oh,
I mean, you're going to make maybe $20 more on that route. Not enough chancing of, ditching it or, getting stuck in a snowstorm. I mean, it's not like it's going to be a $400 route. It's going to be $20 more. I mean, I'm just guessing, but
that is definitely one of the things that newbies should know. If it is a really bad snowstorm out there, you might think, ooh, they're giving me $140 extra pay because it's so nasty out there. But what's going to happen when you don't have your vehicle for 3 weeks because it's in the shop getting fixed? That $140 isn't worth it.
Well, that's your deductible right there.
No kidding. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's worth to skip a route here and there if something is not correct outdoors.
So definitely know what your vehicle is capable of.
Yes.
That is one thing. Speaking of vehicle, I'm glad you brought that up. That EV that I'm getting is not all-wheel drive. It is just front-wheel drive. So they say if you get snow tires on it, you're okay. But like, I would be really worried about doing a deep winter route with a I mean, this will be the first time in probably over 20 years I haven't had either a four-wheel drive vehicle or at least an all-wheel drive.
Yeah,
there would be some winter routes you will have a problem with because there have been some routes that I have done that if I did not have a trail mode on my vehicle, I would not have gotten through.
Yeah.
It's just, and when you look at the roads, how deep they are out in the country because they don't get plowed to the last, everything else is done.
Yeah.
You can see that the snow's too deep that the vans wouldn't be able to get down there either.
Right. I
remember a certain story about a pilot and I think two fire trucks.
No, you got both of them wrong. You said ambulance, then fire truck.
Yeah,
it's called a tow truck.
Tow trucks.
No one died. I wasn't injured. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll never live that down. I turned down a road. The fucking sign said road closed, don't go. And I looked at how far I had to drive to deliver this package. I was like, you know what? I got this. I, in fact, did not have this. I got stuck. First tow truck rolls up. He didn't have a cable. He's like, I can't pull you out. The second one rolls up and it pulled me out, but it barely. I was pulling him in too. Like we were both. It was a struggle to get out, but the whole ordeal took me like 4 or 5 hours to finally get out of there. Couple
You don't make
hillbillies.
any money on that route.
No, a couple of hillbillies tried to do it in their trucks, and they're like, "Nah, I ain't got." I was like, "I'm telling you, dude." I even told them, "I'm like, you are not going to get me out of this. I am so stuck. It's unbelievable." It was somewhere in Holland, so I'll never live that down. That's for sure. So that's why I always look at the weather and be like, 24 hours from now, the roads will be plowed, and I can go work. I don't need to work today. That's what.
Yep. Yep. My vehicle is, when your vehicle's your income, you got to treat it right accordingly.
For
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
So, well, Jamie, this has been great. I'm glad we talked all flex. I know that does lack on the show. Well, the show is based on what I'm typically doing. You know, if I'm doing a lot of Walmart Spark, that ends up getting talked about a lot. And I haven't done flex in at least a year, maybe. No. I did. I lied. I did around Christmas, but I bet since December I haven't done a route.
Well, you're going to be shocked how many routes they drop. It's not uncommon to open the app and there's 30 routes, 30 offers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But they're all pitifully low initially.
So,
you have to wait for the surge to go up. But
yeah, for sure. Well, I definitely need to get I'm those early or middle of the night routes are a little sexy to me, because then you can go work and then go back to bed and then finish up your day. It's just always nice to me. A lot of people say, why don't you work nights? And I'm like, well, I like to get my money done as quick as I can during the day, so I know it's done and I can relax or be less stressed in the afternoon when I do something, because I'm like, all right, I already got $110 in banked for the day. Like, I can, take it easy. I don't have to stress about it to get my money. So,
yep, the rest of the day is frosting on the cake after you get that one initial one done.
Yes. You're just like, okay, this is just helping me out. So, well, I'm sure I'll see you on the road. Maybe not at 3:15, but I'm going to start watching these routes a little bit and see if I can. I won't do anything next week, probably the week after. Next week, I have to bus school. I have to go to more schooling to be a bus driver. It's insane how much schooling you have to go through. So, but
yeah, my aunt was a bus driver for her entire life.
Okay.
She loved it.
Yeah.
She did it before today's generation. So.
Oh, there you go.
The only thing, it is challenging. The only thing that's been nice is the older kids have phones, like the middle school, high school. Like when I was in middle school, high school, it was hell on that bus, because no supervision and you had nothing to entertain you.
No, most kids just sit there with their faces in the phones.
Oh yeah.
And I'm totally fine with that. Like, whatever, the 20 minutes that you're not harassing me, just go ahead and do Snapchat or something. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to the Gig Economy podcast B-side with Jamie. The B-side. We'll be back. I don't know when we'll be back. I'm recording this in the afternoon. I'm so thrown off. So
yeah, me too.
Everybody blame Jesper. If you have his number, text him. Tell him he's a idiot. And anyways, no, don't do that. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.